During World War II, people in New York believed that Hitler would send the Luftwaffe to take out the city. In the Mary McCarthy novel about the era, one of the characters falls out of the window with her binoculars nearby. At her funeral, they speculate if she was a freedom fighter or a victim of suicide. Artist William de Kooning produced art late in life, even after he slipped into dementia. Some thought it was unethical, but others said making art is not cerebral, but emotional. So it was still valid. A relationship is about being in partnership. It can easily be confused with a sponsorship. Monique Collar's daughter, the founder of Black Lives Matter Minnesota, said this week that we need to go into churches and save people from being led astray. People are calling Renee Good a martyr. God made himself a martyr because of our resistance to love him, not because of our resistance to love the world. Welcome. Welcome to Coffee Hour. I'm Stanley Smith. At Coffee Hour, we talk about everything and nothing. Recently, we talked about anxiety, money, goals, freedom and liberty, foolish nonsense, and having the skill and the will to climb the hill. The readings at Washington National Cathedral were from Isaiah. Why be a servant when you can be a light to the world? And from Corinthians, take peace to a few and then to the many. The gospel reading was from John. The light goes with us from our homes to the county, to the nation, and then to the world. The sermon at Washington National Cathedral is by Siobhan Arline-Bradley. She preached about the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and her role as the president of the Negro Council of Women. She asked America, what have we done? How do we help the helpless find hope when we have so many doubts ourselves? How can we do no harm when so much harm has already been done? Ms. Bradley said that Dr. Martin Luther King stood in the pulpit at Washington National Cathedral 57 years ago to preach about a more perfect union. And then she asked, where are we now? Mr. King was mocked, scorned, and jailed, and ultimately killed for wanting better. Why do we marginalize the poor, and why do we have laws that benefit the wealthy? How can we pull ourselves up by the bootstraps when we don't have any boots to begin with? Our forefathers failed us by ensuring our rights without ensuring our equality. Because we have free will and the way men exercise free will, it's always been a concern throughout human history. God moves on our behalf, stepping in with what we need when we need it and who we need it from. Progress and change are inevitable. Weeping might endure for a night, but joy arrives in the morning. Dr. King was a freedom gift to us to challenge the state on our behalf. Have we done our part, or have we cut SNAP benefits? And did we send in ICE to kill civilians? I was hungry, and you gave me nothing. It's a condemnation. We didn't even see you. I was a criminal, and you incarcerated me. I was illegal, and you deported me. America, what have we done? Why do we even have to ask this question? It's exhausting. Having to ask for what we need and what we want and what we deserve and who we need it from. We're waiting for those who can pay for it and hand it over. We have the free will. We're just waiting for the marching boots. The sermon at St. James Cathedral is by Lisa Hackney James. Lisa asked, what are we waiting for during this military occupation of the world? Lisa said, we always seem to be in this place, but for some reason, it seems that it has our attention more now than ever before. Throughout history, people are always looking for the guy to get us out of this mess. Who is he and where is he? we've been asking for thousands of years. It's an ongoing conversation between those who seek him and those who've seen glimpses of him here and there. It looks different in every time and every place. We get caught up in between our seeking and the invitation to dwell with God. It's like having a dinner reservation at a restaurant you don't even have the name for. Martin Luther King is someone who glimpsed God, and then he shared the vision of it with us. Martin Luther King is celebrated nationally and in church. The federal government, its agencies, and operatives likely killed Dr. King, yet we also claim him as a saint. Renee Good was a Christian, and we can view her actions as part of her Christian mission. Currently, church leaders are being cautioned to get their affairs in order, lest they be mowed down, putting their bodies in between justice or injustice and their Christian faith. Following Christ and living the ideal of his country is a delicate balance. Not every civil rights leader is a follower of Christ, but we can claim every civil rights activist as our own if they happen to fit our politics. That's the kind of evangelism we can all get behind. Renee didn't go out to lose her life, and she was not planning to be a Christian martyr. It's the difference between having a dream and having a nightmare. Fashion designer Valentino died this week at the age of 83. He was known for adapting with the times, but never changing who he was. Important design signifiers kept the brand current and relative for over 50 years of world history. An all-white runway show just happened to coincide with Jackie Kennedy looking for a wedding dress for her marriage to Aristotle Onassis. Evangelizing might be a signifier of the Christian faith, but taking a bullet for the history of the world is a different kind of being led astray. Developing a strategic plan in the new year includes the topics of engaging, participating, and having something to offer, and then closing the deal. In the documentary about character Alice Kravitz, the nosy neighbor in Bewitched, she was on her honeymoon with her second husband and Catalina when Elizabeth Montgomery and her husband called to offer her the part. She asked when she had to come in for the audition, and they said no audition was needed because she was the perfect person for the part. Her character as the nosy neighbor made for good comedy, but Mrs. Kravitz really wasn't getting anywhere in her life. We probably all need to mind our own business. Doing so, we might be surprised how much we can occupy ourselves with the project of living our life. Being on guard, engaging, and participating, and having something to offer. Then closing the deal. It's better than falling out the window or being a martyr. It's probably more akin to what we were called into this life to do in the first place. If you would like to join us at Coffee Hour, I will include my email in the description of this video. Be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.